What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Pack and Chat, the place where anime fans and TCG collectors kick back, crack some packs, and have real conversations. I'm Anime TCG Dad. Let's see what we pull today and where the conversation takes us. Welcome to another edition, guys. Um, Today's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to go through a few different things. I am uh, going to show you guys what I picked up at the card show this weekend. I'm going to also talk about what I'm watching, and we're going to open a few packs of Chaos Rising, and then we're going to do our anime quote of the day. So, without further ado, I'm going to start off with what I picked up at the card show this weekend. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start off with another card that I won on Courtyard. So Courtyard, if you guys haven't been watching, it's one of those virtual pack opening platforms, similar to Slabs, similar to Grips by Triumph, right? Essentially you pay for a virtual mystery pack, and inside is a slab that can range right from less than what you paid for the pack to more than what you paid for the pack up to a certain extent, different levels, higher odds of getting bigger cards, right? So I believe this was out of a $25 slab pack from Courtyard, but it could have been a 50. I don't remember. Next time I'll make sure that I document better for you guys. But this is the Entei, the number 213, which is from V Star Universe SAR, and it's a PSA 10 slab. And if you guys know me, I know people have differing opinions on uh, Japanese versus English cards. Some people won't touch the Japanese cards. I personally love them. I really enjoy collecting Japanese cards. I've shown you guys in the past many cards from my collection that happen to be Japanese. I'm pretty sure I've already shown you guys this V-Star Universe Entei that I pulled from V-Star Universe because I opened the whole pack of whole box of booster box of V-Star Universe. Um, but it wasn't obvious. It was a raw card. Obviously, it wasn't a PSA 10 slab. The value of this card's not that crazy. Like I said, I got it from either a 25 or $50 slab mystery pack from Courtyard. And I think this card is like 120 market right now on a PSA 10, which is nothing crazy, but it's not bad for a mystery slab pack, right? So I'm not gonna complain. I'm happy with it. And what I will say, uh, I was just mentioning that a lot of people won't go near uh, Japanese cards, and I love them. And one of the things I really love about them, which is it's an incredible. This card is an incredible example of is the texture. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't come out in the camera. Maybe if I, yeah, you can kind of see the texture on this thing is crazy, incredible. If it wasn't for, oh, I think you saw it pretty good there. Hold on, try that again. Yeah, the texture's crazy on this card. Um, I find that the texture for me is much more beautiful in the Japanese cards than in the English versions. Um, Let me know if you guys agree and what you think. Do you think so? First of all, let's backtrack there. Do you guys collect Japanese Pokemon cards or only English? If you stay away from Japanese cards, why? Genuinely curious. I want to know. I mean, I understand if it's a value thing. If you're only thinking of it in monetary value, I'm not going to judge you. It is what it is, right? But I just think the Japanese cards are more beautiful, in my opinion. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Why or why not do you guys like Japanese Pokemon cards? Let me know. Like I said, genuinely curious. So now let me show you guys a couple of the things that I picked up at the card show this weekend that I'm very excited about. All right. So I'm gonna start off with the raw card that I picked up this weekend. So this card is the Dark Raichu Reverse Hollow from the Legendary Collection. It's got like that firework reverse hollow pattern, which is absolutely crazy looking. Beautiful card, near mint. I am super happy with it. Now, one thing that I do wanna I'm gonna show you the card now, and you guys are gonna think that it's awesome, I am sure. But one of the things that I want a little bit of help on, I think I got a good deal on the card. I'm not sure if I did or didn't, because there's just not a lot of comparables. And if you guys can help me out, if you guys know what this card's worth, or if you guys can do a little digging for me and drop a comment and just let me know what you guys would comp this card at, it'd be incredibly helpful for me. So without further ado, let me show you the card. That's just crazy. I could look at that all day, dude. Like, I don't know about you guys, but ooh, and in beautiful condition too. That it's a badass card, right? Um, Let me know what you guys think about it. And like I said, help me out with the comps on this. Like, what do you guys think the value of that card is? Because for me, it's I'm not gonna tell you guys what I paid because I don't want to disclose. But I want you guys to tell me what I should have paid, right? And so this one is a slab. This is a PSA 9, and this is the Ancient Mew 2000 Pokemon game promo card. It's another beautiful card. I just love the look of this thing. These promo cards are hard to come by in PSA 10, I will say. Uh, and if you do find one, it's extremely, extremely expensive. Uh, Obviously, this Raichu that I was showing you guys earlier, I'll show you one more time. This thing in a PSA 10 is like over $10,000. So, uh, obviously, it's a raw card. I can't sell it for what I think it would grade for, right? It's raw, it's raw. If it's graded, it's graded. If it's not graded, then there's. It's like I had a conversation at a card shop this weekend because this one of the guys that works at one of my local card shops was telling me about this guy that wanted to sell him uh, a product. It was a Pokemon product. I won't specify too much if it was like something a sealed product or a card, but uh, just to give you an idea, he was like just venting to me a little bit and telling me that the guy was telling him that he wanted X amount of money for it because um, he knew that that it was going to go up in price. So he was saying something along the lines of just to throw numbers. I'm not these weren't the real numbers, but I'm just going to use them as an example. He was saying like, "Oh, yeah, I know the market price right now is 500, but I want you to give me 700 because I know in 6 months it's going to be 1,000." Yeah, that's just silly, right? Because it's like me telling you, "Hey, my house right now is $500,000. So if I sell it to you right now at the current market price right now, it's $500,000. But if I wait, but if I sell it to you in 6 months, it's going to be $1 million. So I'll cut you a deal, and if you give me 700, like, no, dude, you're selling something right now. You're selling it at its value right now, right? Not what you think it's going to be later. That doesn't work like that. But anyways, same thing with raw cards and graded cards. I can't sell you a raw card at a price because I know it's going to be a 10, right? Because if it just doesn't work that way, right? But people try to do it. I will tell you before we move on off this topic. At the card show that I went to this weekend, I was uh, I was trying to make some trades, trying to make some deals, looking for the ultimate goal. I'm trying to get cards that I had as a kid, right? But in PSA slabs, right? I know it's kind of a crazy goal, but it's everything base set in a 10. That would be worth a lot. And I'm working on it, right? So anywho, I had several slabs with me uh that are market price valued. Like three of them were market price valued at about $1,200. Two of them are not that valuable, and one of them is about $800, right? And I went to a vendor and he was like, "Hey, you got slabs in that box, right?" Because I had a box. And I'm like, "Yeah, I do have some." And he's like, "Are you selling them?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm selling these." And let me see. He was being a little pushy, so I was already kind of not comfortable, and I was actually not ready to start showing people my stuff yet. I had just walked in at literally 30 seconds, and that was the first table I approached, and I usually like to make a round, feel out people first, and then start trying to make deals. So, anyways, it was like really fast, the first 30 seconds. So I pull out my slabs, and he looks at all of them, and he offers me $600. And then I tell him, "Oh, that's really, really low, man. But no, thanks for your offer. I understand. Thanks. Now I know what you're willing to pay, and I'm gonna walk around the show." So I start picking up my stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to add this one card. Sorry." And then he comes back at me with like 900 and something bucks, or 980 or something like that, which I still wasn't gonna take, but because it was a little low for me, especially the items that I had, which are items that are very sought after. Um, so long story short was he he's super lowballed me and then said, "Oh, my bad. I made a mistake. I forgot to add a card." The way that he was pushy and everything from the beginning made me feel a little uncomfortable, right? So um, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he really did forget, but in my mind, I can't help but consider the worst case scenario, right? So I'm just gonna tell you guys what I think was happening there. I think he was hoping that I didn't know the value of my stuff or that I wasn't like super 100% positive of the value of my stuff and that he was gonna throw a number and I was gonna say, "Oh, okay," and give him the slabs and walk away because I'm sure it's worth for him in the past. And so, um, just because we were on the topic of the card show, be careful, guys. Never go to a card show without knowing 100% like what all your stuff is worth. Anything that you're taking that you're willing to part with, know its value first. Don't just show up with your whole binder and start showing it to people because I've been in the hobby for a little bit now, and not that long, but long enough that I've been to many card shows and I've come into contact with a lot of different types of people and even the people that I don't expect, right, have tried to do some maybe not like really bad, underhanded stuff to me, but like almost everybody that I approach has tried to do something. And I don't know if it's the area that I'm in, the market that I'm in, because I'm in South Florida, and I know South Florida is a little notorious for all kinds of stuff of that nature. But it's like I'm starting to think like I'm starting to get to the point where every time I go to a show or a shop, less less like the shops that I know that I already know and that I trust, but like when I go to a new shop or a show, I've gotten to the point where I'm just like I always think somebody's ripping me off, and it shouldn't be that way, right? Everybody should be honest because at the end of the day, I feel like the reputation that your reputation can be really good or really bad, and it takes a really long time to build a good reputation in this community in this hobby, and it's very, very short amount of time to ruin it. So you can spend years building a good reputation and you can ruin it in a day, right? Because I go to all of the local card shops. I visit them all the time. And I'm not the kind of person that's going to go around talking about this vendor, but they may encounter someone like me that visits a lot of places and talks to a lot of people that would be talking about it, right? And notice how I haven't disclosed names or anything like that because I won't. I'm not that kind of guy. But, you know, they do that to me. I go to a card shop. I talk about my experience. They're like, "Oh man, what's the shop? What's the vendor?" And I say the name. Then they tell two people. Then those two people tell six people. Then those six people tell 12 people, so on and so forth. And by the next show, nobody's coming to your booth, right? I think that you get ahead in this industry, in this hobby, much quicker by being somewhere where people can go for trusted advice and trusted, uh, like leading you in the right direction and being able to show up and know that, hey, these guys are going to do right by me. I think you get ahead way faster in this hobby, being that rather than having any kind of reputation for scamming or doing anything underhanded. And that's where I'll end that. So let's go into the next topic, right? Because I think we talked about the card show enough already, right? Let's talk about what I'm watching, right? So right now, if you guys have been in the last two lives, I'm rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh because I haven't watched it in many, many, many years. And Netflix is taking Yu-Gi-Oh down. So since Netflix is taking Yu-Gi-Oh down, I want to watch it in its entirety before they remove it. And right now, I'm at the part where Yugi is at Duelist Kingdom uh, because Maximilian Pegasus essentially kidnapped his grandfather's soul and has him like hostage. And because well, from what I remember, we're not there yet, but Maximilian Pegasus wants Yugi's Millennium Puzzle. Um, and specifically, Joey just defeated Mai, and since Joey just defeated Mai, uh, we're at the portion now where Yugi has begun dueling the ghost of Seto Kaiba. Lydia Michelle just dropped the chat. Do you know Jesus? I do know Jesus. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Um, so that's the part that I'm at in Yu-Gi-Oh! And in the classroom for the elite, they just did their test on the island where they were pinned against each other, class to class, and they were trying to maintain, you know, their claim of certain territories. A lot happened. The class that you thought was going to win didn't win. The class that you thought wasn't going to win won. So now they're back on the cruise ship and they are uh, getting introduced um, to a new test. They thought they were done and they thought that they were gonna be on a luxury cruise for the rest of summer vacation. But it turns out now that they are in for another test, right? So that's where I'm at. And I'd love to know what you guys are watching. If there's anybody that wants to drop in the chat, what anime you guys are currently watching, or any recommendations for me if I haven't seen them, I would absolutely love to hear. So, what I do want to do now, I want to segue into opening up a few packs of Chaos Rising. So, if you guys have watched the last few chats, I have not had very good luck with Chaos Rising. Unfortunately, we've been chasing the Gold Greninja for about 60 packs now, and we haven't really gotten much of substance, but uh, we're going to go for it. We're going to keep going. In the we took a little mini break from Chaos Rising and we did some perfect order, uh, and we had much better luck with the perfect order. And I still haven't pulled the Meowth from perfect order, but that's not the chase right now. The chase right now is the Gold Greninja from Chaos Rising. Oh, thanks, Lydia. I appreciate you. Thank you. So let's go pack one. I struggle to open these packs so much. The code card, if anybody's interested in that. We got a grass energy. Nothing in that one, unfortunately, but we still have a few more. All right, let's go pack two. We've had terrible luck, guys, with Chaos Rising. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, but we need that Gold Greninja. Man, when they put the hollow energy, that just drives me nuts. It's okay. We're gonna keep going. Another dud. That's three in a row. Let's see if so this fourth pack is gonna be the last one we're gonna open today. But let's see if this fourth pack has something, because if not, that's gonna be a total wash. This is our last chance for this stream to get something good. Hey, okay. All right. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. We got the Crobat art rare. We're not gonna complain. Let's scan this thing into the database. Yeah, my local card shop takes my bulk off of me uh, for a penny a card. But since I take them like 1,000 cards at a time, that's $10. So I won't complain, right? Sorry, guys, for the reach over. I just had to grab a top loader. But yeah, um, still getting kind of cooked from Chaos Rising. Not gonna lie, guys. We're gonna keep trying. Let's make ourselves feel better. All right, that made me feel better. All right, guys. So you know how this goes. We're gonna end on the anime quote of the day, and today's quote is it's from One Piece. No matter how deep the night, it always turns to day eventually. So no matter how deep the night, it always turns to day eventually. Okay. So what does that mean? For me, that means don't give up, never give up. Giving up is not an option, right? Because even when things are as hard as you can imagine, you're going through it right now and you're like, hey, it can't get much worse than this, right? It can't get much harder than this. Um, this is too much to bear. Uh, you can get through anything. So don't ever think that you can't, right? And, you know, as long as you keep your faith, right, that things are going to get better and you don't give up, I promise you eventually things will get better. There's never going to be a storm that doesn't run out of rain, right? You're eventually going to get through that rough patch. So you got to keep going, keep pushing forward, keep living, right? Because the alternative is not an option. You're important, you matter, and no matter how hard what you're going through is, it's going to get better. So never give up. I've had several really rough patches in my life, um, and I always get through. I always make it through. You know, every storm runs out of rain. You know, and that's another way of saying this quote. No matter how deep the night, it always turns to day eventually, right? You could think of it like that. You could think of every storm runs out of rain. You could think of the famous phrase, "This too shall pass." It can't last forever, right? So just stay strong, and you'll make it through. I promise. Don't If you don't want to take it from me, just take it from whoever or wherever you need to hear that from. But I'm here to tell you that no matter how bad things are, uh, they'll always get better one day, someday, somehow, some way, right? So don't give up, and that's the main takeaway. Just never give up. Uh, so we're pretty much at the end of the live, and I just want to give you guys the normal spiel. Uh, if you've been to my previous lives, you've already heard this probably a few times, but we're going to keep saying it. The reason why I built this channel, or why I'm building this channel, is because I want to have a community of people that enjoy the hobby. uh, because like I've said in the past, I don't have a lot of friends to begin with, and I do have some incredible friends, very few, but they're incredible friends, lifelong, that they're always going to be there for me, right? But uh, as much as I love them, they don't watch anime and they don't collect trading cards, right, of any kind. And you guys know I love Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? So the reason why I built this channel, I'm building this community, is because I want to have a group of people that enjoy the same things I do, that I can hang out with and talk with, right? Because if I don't have that in real life, I'm gonna create that virtually. So it's kind of like, this is basically like you know it's just a place where you can come hang out and talk about the things you like. Because I mean, if you're really passionate about something, you really want to talk to somebody about it, right? If you love Pokemon cards, you need somebody to talk to about that. Because if not, you're going to go crazy, right? And if you love anime, you want somebody to talk to about that. Hi, Dahlia. How are you? I hope you're having a great night. Um, yeah, so if you love anime and you're very passionate about it, you want someone to talk to about it. And if you don't have someone in real life, that's the whole reason why I'm creating this community. I'm glad you're good. Good, Dahlia. Um, so yeah, that's the whole reason why I created this platform. It's so that I could make friends, and you guys could be the friends that I have to talk to about my passions, uh, which I don't have in real life, right? Um, with that being said, I know Dahlia, it's 4 a.m., but I don't really like anime. Do you know Blue Lock? I have heard of Blue Lock. I haven't watched it. Blue Lock is the soccer anime, right? Yeah. Yeah, I have heard of it. It is on my watch list, but I just haven't watched it. Have you watched it? Is it good? Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, if you're not like really avid, uh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, if you're not like super duper like avid on animes and things like that, but you're open to trying it out, I would recommend starting with something that's gonna make you feel really like uh, you know, that's gonna bring out like passion, right? So I would tell you to start with something like if you if you want something that has a really good story, Naruto. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or if you've ever watched any of it, but give it a try. It's a slow build, but it's really worth it. And it's what I started with, which made me fall in love with anime. So that would be my recommendation. That's fine. I didn't know, but it's okay. Everybody's welcome here. If I become famous, Dahlia, I will remember you. If you come on my chat and you say, "Hey, it's Dahlia, do you remember me from when your channel was small?" I will remember you. Have a good night, Dahlia. Alrighty, sounds good. Have a good night. And I'm ending the stream now anyway. So everybody, have a great night. And I hope to have more awesome conversations with you guys. Good night.